Everybody, welcome to the JFLC for Week 7, moving into playoffs Week 1. My name is Sindanez, and I'm going to be your host today. With me, as usual, is Pie Guy.
And not as usual, but yeah, I'm here, boys. Let's go.
Hell yeah, brother. Edo,
So
and then returning guest, Gomel.
It's me.
Four-man crew, four-man crew.
Four man. Uh, we're gonna start off pretty quick here and go into match 1 of Week 7. Which Pie Guy, could you lead us off into what match that was?
That was Lone Wolves versus Olympia.
Lone Wolves versus Olympia ended in what score?
Oh, total 3-0
Total 3-0.
by Olympia.
In Olympia favor? All right. So, who would like to speak first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So, uh, this host season of Kurapika I think that this match illustrated he stood out for the whole match. He did not swap at all. Like at least like matches before they'll do like one little rotation real quick, but this match not even a single swap. Kurapika is a good character, but against range characters like Goku and Vegeta, he's gonna get pounded. And the funny thing is, when Toguro was out, who was like one of the monsters in the league, he actually did a lot better. He actually was giving Toguro the pounding. But unfortunately, yeah, the story of Kurapika's life this just doesn't swap out. When he's against range characters, he's bad, but then when he fights that melee one-on-one, he does really good. And of course, Olympia's Olympia.
It's true, Olympia is Olympia. Next up, we're going to have Edo speak really fast.
yeah, no. So I agree. Kurapika was out a lot. Um, on the other side, they were kind of switching a decent amount. And Vegeta was out a lot and spamming a lot. That's mainly what I remember from this match. It was just kind of one-sided, unfortunately. Uh, everyone else that was out, who was it? It was Kaiba and Bakugo. They were just basically non-existent. But yeah,
All
that's
right.
basically it.
Gomel?
Yeah, again, with teams that just have lineups that just do not tag, sometimes that can be a detriment, especially with a character like Kurapika, who has done well in matches, but really in this type of match, they needed the work of the team to go against Olympia, especially when you had some of the heavy hitters out like with Goku and Vegeta. They just had that range, and I don't even know if he connected that much with a lot of his abilities. He tried, but they just would not be in a range where they were just blocking everything. It made it very difficult. And so, I mean, yeah, that honestly, that was just like with Olympia in previous weeks. Sometimes you have teams just don't tag, and then that's the worst offender for some teams. Just like what was it, the Inheritance when they had
Yeah,
Yugi
Yugi.
and he just never tagged out. That's kind of the same thing. Yeah, despite the build, it could have been very good, but if you're not working with your team, then it's not going to matter.
I can dig that. Yeah, the only thing I might add to any of that discussion is that I agree with most of it. The big thing that I have a stance on is that I think that Kurapika is actually a good unit. He just struggles really hard in the range matchup, which currently we have a lot of range. So, like, keep an eye on it as range goes down, or you know how to circumvent it. Maybe having Kurapika might not be as bad as you might think it is.
I mean,
But
if you
for
can find a
now,
lineup,
Kurapika had a pretty lackluster season.
yeah, I wasn't saying he was bad. I was just saying if you can find a lineup that has some tagging to it, I think he would be good because if you can get in there, do a couple of abilities, do some melee, then tag out again,
Yeah.
I mean, you're golden.
Like I think that's a big problem is like if there is a person who doesn't tag, like
Yeah.
uh Kurapika or
Yami.
Yami or Dai, it really depends on how good that character is, and the two aren't like bad per se. It's just like they aren't good. Whereas Dai is really good, so it's like
Yeah.
he
It's
can
not as
do
bad. It's also like Dai doesn't have as many straight up weaknesses as the other two.
yeah.
Well, he has range on his kit too, so he can actually
Yeah.
still do things even if they're at a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even better example is Madara, since he's in Low Wolves too. Like he does the same thing, but yeah, he actually has the combo tools and the
Yeah.
range tools and the ults,
Yeah.
the ult range to actually make a difference. Uh, do you, is obviously Kenshiro and Kaiba is something to prioritize maybe over Kurapika, but do you guys think Kurapika is worth keeping, or do you
I
guys
think that
do you
as the
think they should
seasons
rotate him
progress-
out and then test him out on the off season and
I
see
think
what
they have
happens?
other people that are worse. So like, so I don't
I
know.
think
Like,
he's not
I
their.
think
I think he's not their first priority to ditch.
I think Kaiba and Kenshiro are probably worse, right?
Yeah.
But it can be an active detriment to have someone who is constantly out on the field. So I mean, it depends on what they think. If they think that they need to switch him out, because like when he's
It
on the
also
field,
depends on who they fight.
yeah, that's true. But like when he's on the field, he's not like bad. It's just not like he gets countered a lot, or like it's just problems with his
Yeah.
kit and stuff. And yeah,
He had a cool thing when Goku teleported behind him and he hit him with the chain.
yeah,
But then he kept trying to do it and kept missing.
yeah. He did it one. He did it the first time, and then like the other times not. But no,
Alright,
I
well.
have to go to the next one.
I only X that because Lone Wolves is in the bottom of the standings, and so they
means
lost
they
a
get-
lot.
they
So
get first
they have a
draft.
lot of credits. So they have enough. Unlike most teams, Lone Wolves actually has enough credits to actually make a whole roster for rotation if they wanted
Yeah.
to. Of course, they're gonna have to skimp out on like the third and fourth member, but they can afford to have 3 changes rather than 1 or 2, unlike other teams.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't change Bakugo anyway, but
I would say before they really make a full decision, it might be good to get a little testing in, or at least to
Yeah.
see maybe where he might fit in the good, in the spot. Maybe he isn't good in the starting spot. Maybe he's better as a support 1 or 2 option. Just like with Hisoka, Hisoka's had some matches similar, and he's similar in kit as well to Kurapika, but he's had some decent matches, especially when they're in that range. And I think Kurapika can still fill that role pretty well. And he has some options on his kit that you can build him as a tank. You can build him very resistant. So if you really aren't sure about his damage, just make him a staying force and just kind of go from there. And then the longer he's out, then the more of a chance he has of tagging out to somebody else.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, they use a lot of hyper offense builds. Maybe it's good to look into a more tanky or more utility based builds for some characters and worse for some matchups.
As for everything else, that covers match 1, right? Like for sure.
Yeah, Olympia's good. They don't need anything. They're good.
Olympia is pretty strong right now.
None of their characters feel like they're that bad.
Like
Really. They all have
nothing
their...
shocked us at all. I don't think that was like them being
and
them, right?
one little tidbit for Olympia, like Goku and Vegeta. Well, Vegeta's basically Goku light, so having both of them in the same rotation is hard because they both need a lot of ability gauge.
Yeah.
They require that activation to come online, and having them bold is just a bit more investment, especially if the other team actually gets a few wins under their belt and makes the match last longer. If it's a 3-0, I mean, they may not have a chance to come online really, but that I guess didn't really matter since they did go 3-0.
Yeah, it was against a weaker team, so if they were up against Fury or Brainiacs, that rotation is probably not what you're gonna want to use.
Yeah, I can feel that. What was match 2?
Match 2 was it TT versus Brainiac?
It was
Match
Forge
3?
versus Ether.
Oh, Forge versus. Yeah, I skipped around a little bit, but yeah, Forge Masters
speaking of
versus
staying
Ether.
out,
I don't care about TT more than Forge Masters and
yo, Forge
Eve
Masters.
Fury.
Forge Masters
Yeah.
got a pretty cool win there. They had a really good match.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, I think Makoto kind of stayed out, and Rio kind of stayed out, which was kind of like, I think Rio stayed out a lot.
That was the worst case scenario that I saw, where it's like, well, if he stays out and he's against Rio, it's not very good. And that's actually kind of what happened. And typically Makoto for us is always like, stayed out and tagged for whatever reason. He insisted, like he had something to prove against Force Masters. Like, hey, was my
You
sword
pick
not
me
good
up.
enough for you?
How
You
come I'm not
pick
in
me
your
up,
team?
bastards.
But no, this was like, I think generally this was a pretty good match from everyone that was in it. I think Kakashi did pretty good, like always.
He wasn't out as much, I feel like,
Yeah,
compared
he
to
wasn't
Glenn
out a
or Makoto. But when he was out,
He
he
definitely, yeah, wasn't spamming as
he would
well.
try, and I don't think he even connected with an ultimate, which
Zoro was
definitely
out a
hurts.
lot.
Killua dodged like what 3 different
Killua wasn't in.
abilities.
Killua
from...
wasn't in.
Killua wasn't in.
Who the fuck? Who jumped to the side and dodged like 3 abilities from
I don't know.
Kakashi?
Wait.
Probably
Maybe Rukia?
Zoro.
Rukia's Rukia?
It could have been Rukia.
No, somebody small.
Probably Rukia.
Rukia.
Probably Rukia then.
Dude, I'm high.
Oh, come on, man. PJ for the kids.
And Galena's yet to connect with
PJ.
her ultimate, since it always is blocked whenever she uses it.
Oh
To be
yeah,
fair, man,
Rukia's
that fucking chip damage is no
usually
joke.
usually ults bounce off each other, but like Rukia's was so like long range and Galena's wasn't. Rukia just won it.
Which doesn't make sense to me why Galena's isn't long range and she has abilities that specifically give
know.
her boosts to long range. You think they'd cover more distance? It's so
Her ult
frustrating.
like never
Her ult
hit.
is weird.
I never see it
Probably
hit.
a balancing thing. So
I mean,
she's
when
not
it
all
hits,
the
it
way
does good
back.
damage. I think it hit once in preseason, but that's it. I think everything else, it's always
It hit,
blocked.
it hit once in preseason.
I don't even
You
know
hit
what it
against
does.
me, I think.
But yeah, no, he was. Or Galena was pretty good.
It wasn't a 3-0. It was like before. It was a 3-1. No, 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
Yeah,
3-1.
3-1,
it was
yeah.
a 4-rounder.
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah, I thought that was a
Like,
pretty impressive match, though, even though it was 3-1.
I think
Yeah, we should have on him a little bit.
bit.
This was like Makoto's like best showing. Not saying it was a good showing, but that was his best showing.
If his ult had range to it, it would
Yeah,
make
he
him
would-
so
he
much
would be-
better. Like he would be
'cause
very good. That's just
It's
the
so
main
sad.
problem with him.
His ability is such a good combo starter and finisher. Like he did a lot of combos.
His
off
kid
his
is great. Like it's
abilities.
just
I
that
wonder if we could turn that shit off.
Probably not. I don't know.
That would just be NL.
I wonder if I bought the game and went into like the INI files and shit. I wonder if I could turn it off.
I don't know. But either way, like, it's just so sad when he ults because like he'll do it and then
Rio shoot him.
like Zoro dashed into him when he ulted and he still missed.
the
Yeah,
hitbox
yeah, I
is
remember that.
not very long lasting for that. It doesn't stay out very long. It's like unless you get hit by the actual animation,
It's like a
the
parry
flames
kinda
left
thing. It's
over.
weird.
Yeah.
It would be great if it like did a lot of damage too, but like in general, it still does like it does a little more than a normal ult, but like not a huge amount, which is kind of
Well, he can also combo off it. Like
don't know.
physically, a human being could go like alt combo,
yeah.
but it's hard because it's a fucking AI, and AI doesn't even want to combo off of its like basic attacks sometimes.
Well, and the AI just uses the ult even when the person's at a distance. They're like, yeah, I think I'm in
Yeah. Oh my-
range, and then just does it. It's like, what?
Vegeta will use it like right when he gets to the
Yeah.
thing. You know, I thought this was probably one of the better matches.
Yeah, he's fun to watch despite the frustrations. I mean, I think when he's in there, it's fun to watch him. It's just when he doesn't connect with a lot of his stuff, it's definitely frustrating.
Yeah.
It definitely can get hard. As for the fuck me, I forgot what I was saying.
Third match, is that what you meant?
Yeah, as for the third match, what was that?
Brainiacs versus Tiny Terrors.
Oh, fuck.
It was Law steamrolling Deku basically
Yeah.
with a appearance from Gon coming out.
Gon did okay.
Yeah, Gon did good. Like I
I
liked
think he did better than Deku. I think. in
He
terms of
did. He
animation
did way
and
better than
stuff.
Deku. Yeah.
I like that.
Like I don't know. I'd say look at it for a
I'm
few
gonna
tests,
hold on.
but
Pause. I need to say this. Don't do it.
there's
don't
no
do it.
harm in looking at it for a few tests. See if it does okay.
Drop that bitch right
If
now.
it does, just look at it for
be a man.
look at it for a few tests. See how it goes.
Sometimes you gotta shoot the dog before it bites somebody. Okay.
Law did good like always, and
Yeah, Law did
Deku got stomped.
Sometimes
I
that
don't know.
dog needs some discipline training, then before you actually put it down, So maybe he just needs a little bit of discipline before they decide to get rid of him fully. I mean, I don't know if they tried him in every spot. They could try him with different compositions and see if that makes a difference. I mean, yeah, the problem with him is that like a lot of his moves are like charging, and the AI just doesn't know how to do it properly.
Yeah.
AI seems to have an issue with that.
It's similar to Yusuke's where he can like use it, he can hold it and then like dodge around with it, but Yusuke's is
But
long
Yusuke
range.
just seems smarter. He's just like, I'm just gonna roll around once and then shoot somebody.
Well, so here's the thing, not Deku, Gon will use it too, but it's just so much slower. Like right when Yusuke releases it, it goes off. When like
Yeah.
Gon doesn't, it's just like
Gon like
He has
veers
to
back
call
a
the
little bit
name
again,
first,
and
doesn't
then
he? Like he's
fucking
actually
launches, yeah.
doing the Jonken. He has to like
yeah.
he's doing it.
He
It's
has
also like
he
it's
has
also the difference between like not his hitbox.
well he
and,
has
like,
super armor to the basic
He
attack.
has super armor, but like still, like you still have to be really fucking close to somebody to do it.
Yeah, it's like
Or rather, if
no,
you're not using paper
he
and
used
shit.
scissors. He used scissors this time, didn't he?
That's I saw he used paper and scissors.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Um,
I
But yeah,
I
no.
knew it's there. It's good.
yeah.
And if he were to do paper and scissors, he'd be a good character. He does rock, and then like everyone beats his fucking ass.
Well, he has super armor against like basic attacks, I think, but everyone just uses a super whenever he does it, and he gets smacked in the face.
Yeah.
You mean like when Aizen never
Shit,
uses his black coffin and someone ults and gets him out of it immediately? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, so you meme on Black Coffin, but that shit's gonna hit someday.
Maybe we'll see.
No, dude, it is. It's gonna
I-
happen.
I don't know. Anyone else have anything else on this one?
It was a 3-0, right?
Yeah, it was.
Sweet Boo.
Next match.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Nemesis versus Inheritance. This was like the best match in my opinion.
The funnest match, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was actually
Did they
a
sweep?
it was a reverse
No.
sweep.
reverse sweep. It was a 5-round Inheritance reverse sweep.
Holy shit.
Hisoka, the first 2 rounds were doing like really good.
Oh, I did see this one.
And then Luffy came out. Luffy came out and started doing really like kind of pulling
Up
his
until
own.
when Boa comes out.
Yeah, until
Dude,
Boa.
it is 11:30. Why are my fucking neighbors in the hallway? Kill yourselves, please.
Oh,
Bro.
take it easy, man. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Hey, they just want to listen to the JCast too.
Yeah, dude. But only sin.
Gotta wait for tomorrow.
They only wanna do sin.
Wait, what?
They only want to listen to you. Either way though. So yeah, I thought this was a better match. Yeah, I remember me and Sin pointing out Boa having the different lines for Luffy.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that.
I like that a lot.
That was awesome.
Blackbeard didn't do as much, I don't think.
Yeah, Blackbird
And
was not his usual self, but he still was pretty good. So
yeah, it was kind of Jotaro and Blackbeard were kind of absent, if I remember.
Yeah, to be fair, whenever Blackbeard came out, he would do the thing with the sucks and then or combo off of, and then Hisoka would always capitalize on the combo starter.
Mm.
So that's why they always swapped out so fast.
And like I mentioned before, like this is kind of what you wanted from Kurapika with Ahsoka, like the tag game. That basically the other team members would come in for a short while, and then Ahsoka would come back in, and then kind of follow in with that. There was more teamwork in there.
Yeah, both teams use a lot of team combos, bouncing off each other's abilities and stuff. And yeah, this is like the prime match, like what you want to see, swapping. Ultimate game of rock paper scissors, basically. But yeah.
Whenever it goes to
this-
round 5, it's always entertaining.
Yeah, this was Boa's like best performance throughout the whole season. She was amazing this match. Like, if anyone slept on her, like, don't. Like, this match showed like she could be top brass.
Yeah, I'd say her
And,
along with even Hisoka to some extent. I feel like those are both pretty solid. I mean, Hisoka had a rough start, but I feel like he's kind of found his place in that team, despite some of his limitations. He still has that counter. He has that long range card ability he does. So he at least has some stuff that he can do, even if they're kind of further than his bungee gum can get.
yeah, Hisoka had the ultimate underdog story when first match he got destroyed by Goku, and then they kind of put him in the back, and then as the season progressed, we saw more and more Hisoka and more good games coming out of him.
yeah, Hisoka kind of really like he had a good preseason and then a really bad main season in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. He
Good
really,
preseason. Goku destroyed him in the preseason.
but bitch, you ain't shit.
Goku lost in the preseason, bro.
That's true. Hoe ass.
I don't know.
Yeah, Goku destroyed him in the preseason. That's what I
Nah,
said.
he did pretty well. He had a pretty good showing though. Even like to be fair, he was the first one to get Goku'd, and he did more damage than most people do to Goku. So
All you have to take care of Goku is just some sand and throw in his eyes.
Yeah, apparently you just gotta stuff that man full of sand. But no, like my thoughts on the team as a whole is I think the team has a lot of room for growth, and it is slowly getting there. So that team is actually pretty scary if you stop and think about it. I think, but otherwise,
Yeah. Just play with testing during the off season,
Yeah.
see what builds work. Like the characters are good. I think just the builds need to find a way to get online.
Well, and I know you guys had mentioned earlier that like certain characters combinations do work better together than others. So I mean,
yeah,
especially with all the options people have on teams, there could definitely be a lot of changes coming into the next season. And some characters
Yeah.
that were somewhat lackluster might just come online because they just have those right characters with them.
Yeah, Nemesis I think is going to be in the middle of the pack for drafting, but I think they'll have a good chance on keeping Blackbeard.
I think they're third.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
speaking of that, might as well go into those standings and everyone's kind of current balance.
Yeah.
sure.
Let me find them.
Oh
Well,
my
Edo looks for that.
goodness.
For Inheritance, Jotaro never comes out, and he never does come out throughout the whole league. Is
Fucking
that worth? Is that worth looking into more, or should Inheritance?
I
'Cause
feel like Inheritance has enough currency to drop him pretty safely, or to even engineer a trade for him because he's not a bad character.
He's just never wants to come out.
Yeah.
For wait, what?
He might on another team.
Jotaro.
Oh,
Because I'm
yeah.
sure they'll be looking for replacements for Yugi, but yeah, they should have the balance if they want to replace Jotaro. Or they could test him out in the offseason, try to find a rotation that'll make him stay on the field.
The standings for this season. We have so in next season in Soul Division at the bottom is going to be Lone Wolves, and they are 1-6. Then Tiny Terrors, which is 1-6. This is also the draft order too. Then Nemesis, which is 3-4, and then Inheritance, which is also 3-4. In both of those cases, they're all tied, but the one that's above the other, they beat the one that was below them.
Makes sense.
And then in Heart Division, we'll have Forge Masters, who were 4-3. Then Elemental Fury, and then which were 5-2, and Brainiacs, who were 5-2. And then Olympia, who were 6-1.
I don't want to be in that division next season.
Can I go back to Soul Division, please?
You're like the we lost out division and then the we won out division. That's insane.
I mean, to be fair, Inheritance and Nemesis were kind of middle of the pack in two, so they weren't that bad. Like,
well, at least now too, the division should be a little more balanced out just after this first season as well. So it should be a bit more interesting, I think, going into the next season in terms of records and maybe a little bit more close in terms of like where everyone ends up standing at the end of the season.
Currency wise though, it's not going to be the same because of betting. So Inheritance has the most with 54. Then it's Tiny Terrors.
Always bang on TT.
With 49. Then we got, I think,
We're lucky we can't bet on ourselves.
Lone Wolves at 43.
Yep. Then Eve Fury with 41. 38 with Brainiacs, 37 with Forge Masters, 36 with Nemesis, and 33 with Olympia. So
I have more than Nemesis?
Yeah, they bet a couple times, and I'm assuming they lost.
Oh, get wrecked. Were they the people that bet against me and won and like lost really hard?
It may be. Yeah, no, like
so funny.
In general, most teams should be able to pick up a couple characters, drop them. Remember, when you're dropping them, you can like sell them back and stuff.
If you sell them back, there's like a small rebate. So not every character is like, if a character is like, X amount, you're not paying full X amount if you're selling the character back, like selling your other character back to us.
But yeah, not much more else to go on those. I don't know if you guys want to like say if they're surprising or not. For me, they aren't really that surprising.
No, that's kind of like as the season went forward, I felt like this was completely. Actually, no. Lone Wolves being complete dog shit is actually surprising, but
Yeah, I don't know. When testing them, they felt a lot better.
they were a 500 team when we were testing.
Yeah, that's well. Okay, so that's why they are in Heart Division is because they were doing a lot better.
Yeah,
Heart and TT was also doing really good in there too, but
yeah.
um, yeah, no, it didn't turn out that way in the season, so whatever.
I will say, coming from supporting Fury, I'll say I didn't expect them to be where they're at after the first 3 weeks with preseason plus the first week of the regular season. I thought it
You
was
were
just going
real
to be a
depressed.
rough.
I remember.
It didn't feel very good.
Yeah, you guys
You,
lost
you,
3 in a row, right?
you picked
Yeah,
up your bootstraps, man. You were like, I got it. And just
I think E
walked
Fury is
down,
one of the
man.
best
Yeah,
examples of
I think
teams.
Fury is like the strongest team in the league right now. Like on the whole,
Yeah, probably them or Olympia maybe.
Olympia. Yeah.
Um, then we can get into the bracket, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I also want to just mention too the credits that everyone has. I feel like that's fairly representative of possibly the needs of the teams. Like I feel like Inheritance probably has some changes to make, as well as Tiny Terrors, the ones that have the highest amounts. I feel like those are going to see the most changes just because I feel like it's not like where Olympia has like the lowest. I feel like
Yeah.
they would probably see the least amount of change just because they are pretty solid. Whereas I just thought that was interesting how just the amounts kind of reflect the change necessary for those teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
I
to a
agree.
degree, like Nemesis doesn't need to change all that much. They kind of just need to improve their core. It's kind of like a big thing about it. So them not having as much coins is pretty okay still.
But yeah, no. So you guys want to get into the bracket thing then? I guess.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's start with the lower bracket.
Okay. So in the minors playoffs, going for the Soul King title, which I don't remember the reward for that, but there's something. Let me see. So you get 3 credits and you get Zangetsu on your emblem. So it's just kind
Mhm.
of like a cool aesthetic thing. In the upper top of it, we got Lone Wolves versus Tiny Terrors. They were the lower 2 in the Heart division,
Mhm.
and then you have Forge Masters versus Nemesis, which were the lower 2 in the Soul.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So after they like whoever wins that side, well then they'll fight the major one too. But do we want to like go over the rounds as we go, or how do we want to do this?
Let's do the whole bracket first, and then we'll go back through it again and do the matchups.
Okay.
So match one for the lower bracket is you said Forge Masters versus
Yeah.
who? Inheritance?
Forge Masters versus Nemesis,
Nemesis, rather, yeah.
and then
Okay.
Lone Wolves versus Tiny Terrors.
Okay.
And on the bracket, it has Lone Wolves above them, but Tiny Terrors should probably have the home field thing because they won or they're higher, so they'll have home
Yeah.
field. That's just the image that's wrong. And then on the other side, there's E Fury versus Olympia and Inheritance versus
Brainiacs, yeah.
which will go for the
Right.
Pirate King, which they get 5 credits
Yeah, we get a little
and a
more.
Jolly Roger on their thing.
We get a
Oh,
hat.
yeah, and then no, you get a Jolly Roger.
Oh
Right.
shit! I thought we were getting the hat with May.
You get a hat for Hokage.
Oh, that's
Whatever.
right, bitch. I gotta win that.
Yeah, you get a hat. And actually, you get a hat, and then you get to choose like your color. I think. Yeah. something
Ooh,
like that. Oh, and then you get to go into like a Hall of Fame kind of thing.
that's
Maybe like
true.
yeah. But so yeah, they'll be in their own separate kind of brackets, and then at the end they'll fight each other.
Yeah,
But we should probably just go over the teams. It's not
yeah.
or the fights. So Forge Masters versus Nemesis is the first one.
I feel like Forest Masters has a massive advantage here in 3 simple letters, RYO. That'd be Rio for people who can't spell. Rio is a pretty good character. And by pretty good, I mean like probably one of the best.
He brings a car with him to every match. I mean,
That's true. The Homeboy has transportation. He will drive by, whoop your ass.
Yeah.
That's how the team
Do you
gets
actually
it.
have the submitted
Fucking
build?
clown car.
He carpools the team to the match.
He has it on the side.
He shows up outside the battle tower. Meep meep. Like, let's go.
His arm around Rukia in the passenger seat. But no, yeah, I think this could be somewhat close, depending on who Nemesis brings. Forge Masters will probably bring Rio. Will definitely bring Rio. There's no
Yeah, don't,
there's no
don't
sugarcoating
bullshit.
that. I'd assume Rio is probably gonna be in every single match. But like it depends how he does, I guess. It's funny because although they're in the minors playoffs, the minors was so like inflated with like a bunch of teams being higher up that they still probably have one of the better records in general.
Yeah.
Like I know they have. I don't know, for some reason I know they have Sasuke, but I mean he's been okay. I just don't. I feel like I haven't seen much Sasuke, but I know like I've seen the most Hisoka Boa and Blackbeard, so I'm not sure. I feel like that's probably gonna be what we're gonna see a lot of. I would say.
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of Boa, Sasuke, Blackbeard, but
I don't remember
it
the
might
other.
be my Bosque bias.
Who's their fifth person?
And remember,
Fuck, I
people
don't know.
got a bench.
They have
People
Boo.
got a.
Boo, fat Boo.
Boo. Yeah, you're not seeing Boo in this. I don't
You're not
think.
gonna get. Yeah, we're not gonna get rejuvenated, but we still got benches, so people might
Yeah.
use their weaker lineup for first round, so they can save it for semifinals or finals. So
True.
we're
Yeah.
probably not gonna be see the strongest teams for all the teams right away.
I don't know, man.
Well, I
I
really
gotta go
think
all out.
you're going up against, and if you want to make it past, you might have to throw a stronger team, and just you can make it through that team. Really, I think it just depends.
You only really gotta swap out your like weakest person for your second weakest person, so like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
For Nemesis, I mean, I'd say everyone else, save for Boo, has been decent for them. So really, if they can keep him kind of on the back a bit, I think they're pretty good. I mean, Blackbeard's has some pretty good performances. Boa has, Ahsoka has, Sasuke to some extent has as well.
This Bosque hate it hurts my soul.
I just don't recall very many matches with him, or if he's been in, he just would tag out. I just don't recall too many instances. Maybe
Homeboy
they
is
haven't used him as
strong.
much.
I wish I could get him.
He's not smart enough.
He's a genius.
Dumber than Itachi. But anyway, so the next one will be Lone Wolves versus Tiny Terrors. I think this is one of a closer one.
I think this is gonna be like really close, or it's gonna be Die shitting on everyone.
Yeah, that's my one fear. I think Kurapika could do really good in this match if he was out. I don't know if he will be, but
Dai does have the range, but he also does like getting close. I think Dai versus Kurapika might be what we might see just because both of them tend to stay out a lot. So it could be interesting. Lone Wolves has, Kaiba, Kenshiro, Bakugo. I feel like we're probably going to see. I'm guessing probably like a Madara, Bakugo, Kurapika maybe for this, and then like Tiny Terrors probably Dai, Kenshin, Deku. It could be Frieza also in there, but I'm not sure exactly who they would favor more. Just because I don't see much Frieza. When Frieza's in the lineup, unless he's throwing pizzas, he's not even showing up to deliver them. So
Sometimes he death beams, and then he's a really good character. Frieza, when he death beams, is like pretty B+ tier.
yeah. But
Yeah, Tiny, Tiny Terrors, their one win was against Lone Wolves,
Yeah.
and
I
they
mean, that was
3-0'd
a
them.
sweep, I think. Yeah.
oh, it was okay, interesting.
And it was a sweep. If I was gonna pick one, I'd probably pick Tiny Terrors, but that's really
I'd
heavy on
probably
Die.
pick Lone Wolves.
I'm
But-
gonna pick Team Die.
Heavy on Die for me.
Because I think when Lone Wolves fought Tiny Terrors, they had Kenshiro and Kaiba. I'm trying to remember. So
I mean, I would probably have to go with Tiny Terrors just because Dai even almost just like solely just almost took E-Fury out when we were facing him as well, and that was pretty much until they tagged out. So he's very very strong.
Yeah.
Not that Lone Wolves can't do it. It's if we get that Dai, that's gonna be very difficult for them, unless of course one of their members just shows up as well.
If somebody pops off on their team, it's not like unfathomable.
I just want the season to be over because I'm excited to see these two teams, what they do for their teams next season with all their.
That's true. The draft phase and the trades that are going to happen feel like they're going to be pretty useful. So.
Tiny Terrors, they're trying to they want to figure out going. Honestly, as unbiased as I'm a Tiny Terror supporter. Unbiasedly, they should just drop them, and their team will be 400% better. But if you want to test going out in the off season, you could definitely do that. But if Tiny Terrors just drop going, pick up a really good character like Bisky for their second round draft, then Tiny Terrors.
This man's like his own free agent pickup. What?
Tiny Terrors with Bisky. I don't like it.
This man, he's like, he was a double agent the whole fucking time. I'm gonna go on Olympia and get Bisky. And I'm gonna
show Tiny Terrors how good Bisky is. I'm gonna show Tiny Terrors how good Bisky is, and then I'm gonna go to join Tiny Terrors, and then I'm gonna snatch him.
I'd either get Bisky or Merum. I don't know.
Merrim's gonna be a high priority pick. Lone Wolves has the top pick, so Tiny Terrors has a lot of backup picks just in case. But we'll see how.
Man. I want that character so fucking bad.
Yeah, if Lone Wolves get Merum, I'm joining Lone Wolves. I don't care.
Me too.
I want that character, bro, but I draft last. This is bullshit.
But I can't wait to see. Like I said, can't wait to see Lone Wolves and Tiny Terrors rosters.
Yeah, their draft phase should be really good.
I think we're gonna see a lot of changes in the standings for next season.
Recognize the team, with all the changes. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of cuts. Especially if they do a lot of selling back, they're gonna have quite a bit to use.
Yeah. Well, who? Because most tiny terror characters aren't worth a fucking thing.
That's true. That's true. They don't get a fraction.
You gotta understand that the rebate prices are based entirely, and the purchase prices are based entirely on performance. So Gone, if you're trying to sell Gone for more than a shekel, I'd be surprised.
I think Gone has
currency.
Gone has a special rule on him.
Belly lint, and I'd be like, good dog.
Nah, Gone has a special pricing, I think, just because how bad he is.
We're 27 trillion gold, and then we ban your team and you.
You pay us.
But
honestly, I'm kind of interested in a team that maybe has a character that is worth a decent amount that they decide to trade back or give back, so they actually have a bit more to spend, even if that character is.
That's the shit I want to see. I want to see Olympia be like, I'm gonna sell Goku, and then I'm gonna trade using my giant droves of cash to get somebody insano. Like that'd be dope.
We'll see what happens to Olympia later, but can't wait to. But let's go to the next one. We're rabbit too much.
The next match is in the Majors playoffs, fighting for the title of Pirate King. That would be fucking E-Fury versus Olympia.
Yeah.
Oh.
So E-Fury won this.
Is fucking cursed.
Right? E-Fury won this in the.
I need an adult, please.
Yeah. This is definitely the scariest match of the entire playoffs, and basically, I'm gonna put money on it. Whoever wins this match wins the playoffs.
I mean, not if it's E-Fury versus Forge Masters, but you know.
Yeah, I know. The people's champion E-Fury is really gonna go out of their gourd and just.
But no, I think E-Fury won this in the main season, right? I think that's Olympia's one loss.
It was a hard fought, but Goku was fucking derpy in that fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There wasn't a lot of tagging, and when he did show up, he got
Bisky was all like, "I'm gonna hog the field," and Goku was like, "Bitch, please."
I want some time.
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea which team is gonna win this. I think this is the only one I think
Olympia's gonna learn from their mistakes, and they're gonna
change
out here, right? The rotation a bit.
Hear me out. There is actually a world where either Gaara or Goku is not in this fight, and I feel that because I feel like whoever you fight next, you want that person guaranteed.
So
And if you're a real man, because last time Goku was dog shit, I feel like Olympia might bench Goku. And then because Goku shit wrecked both my team and Inheritance, you would put Goku in versus us.
Oh fuck.
That'd be insane.
oh, Zilla didn't even do one yet. That's not my whatever.
Yeah, I wanted to look at Olympia's.
Yeah,
we're
me
not gonna
too.
discuss that. We're not gonna discuss that.
Even without Goku, I mean, he
What,
had
the
like
stats
Vegeta.
haven't been updated in like 7 years?
No, it's
Oh.
not stats. It's something else. But don't worry about it. I can't discuss it now with you guys. But
Oh my
let's
god.
continue.
Yeah.
If like even a small change like rotating Bisky out, and putting I don't know, not all my Vegeta, like he has the ability charge, and Goku's problem during the E Fury match was he had no ability charge because his teammates wasted it. So even that small change can be a big change in the match.
Yeah. All right, so Brainiac versus Inheritance.
Oh, I'm gonna sweep. Next question.
I wouldn't be surprised. Brainiac sweeps every game or gets swept. That's just how it is.
Dude, I
Yeah.
either sweep, get swept, or it's reverse sweep.
Yeah. No, you haven't been reverse swept. I think unless it wasn't playoffs, you've only done sweeps.
If they have Thug Scan, I mean, you might.
I thought he beat me round 1
It's
and then I swept the shit out of him.
bro. It's Goonsuke.
I mean, Olympia.
He hasn't upgraded to a Thug yet. He's Goon. He's Goon.
I mean, Olympia's swept you.
I'm finna win, dog. Like,
Yeah, so Goonsuke is gonna
when we fought in the main
Stunt.
season,
Goonsuke.
easy clap. Get that shit out of here.
Goonsuke is gonna stunt on
Luffy's has been showing
Law.
been on the field more.
Yeah,
The question is, do they have Yugi again?
they don't have to play
No,
Yugi.
they never have to play Yugi.
Yeah,
I don't
but like,
think would they? Like, why would they? I wouldn't.
because if you pump Yugi full of defense, and then he just eats like full HP Law supers, he's not taking that much damage.
Ichigo, Jotaro, Luffy.
Yeah, but they
Yusuke,
hate Ichigo. Like, Sam hates Ichigo super fucking hard.
but they're
She
all
hates
better.
that motherfucker.
They're all better.
I think he's better, but I know for a fact she doesn't.
I don't know. I think probably Brainiac will win this, but
The problem with Yugi too is that he doesn't have a lot. He does have defense boosting stuff, but like I mean, one is either close to enemy, far from enemy, and they're pretty decently costed. Otherwise, he just has 1 point physical and elemental resists. So I mean, it's not. You know,
I mean, to be fair, my team like is known for charging in.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
both
defense-
my best characters, their best move that they spam is like a charge in.
well, I mean, like they did that with against E Fury when we faced them. Like I think week 2 or 3. They had a very
Yeah.
tanky Yugi, and yeah, he stayed out, and that's the problem. He was out the whole time, and even all the defense he had did not help him in the end because he did.
I'm not saying it's the right call. I'm just saying I'm calling that shit.
If they could find a lineup where he is in but tags, if they have something like that, I could see that. But if not, then they may not want to take the risk.
Oh shit! You know what this reminds me of? You remember that theory she had? Is the more attack you have, the more you tag, and then they just gave him like full defense, and I was like, why isn't he tagging?
Yeah. But no, I think that is the first round.
Yeah, that's the first round, and
I don't know if anyone
the next
said
JFL will cover who won, who was wrong, probably Pie Guy. Oh, by the way, who the fuck's winning E Fury Olympia?
I don't know.
Are we all collectively just clueless? We just don't know.
Bro, that's like a championship match right there.
Dude,
Like
I know.
like I have no idea.
Dude, I'm gonna put my foot where my mouth is and just rep my homeboy Gomo and say E Fury because I think E Fury is the best team in the league.
I don't like Gomo, and he won a lot in NL, so he needs to lose now.
That's true. That motherfucker was in
Man,
Kage for like what, 7 years?
and I'm part of the building process of Olympia, so I'm going for Olympia.
This
Bias.
motherfucker was in Kage over 3 different games, 2 leagues, builds, no builds, a different
Yeah, it was like
new
3
AI
championships.
introductions. He didn't give a shit.
I'm gonna say E Fury because my team's beaten E Fury twice, so I want a chance in the playoffs. Whereas Olympia squashed us, if I remember correctly.
I have a better chance against E Fury too. So
No,
I can't,
no.
I can't lose twice or 3 times to you guys. I
nah,
that's-
dude, you're definitely getting mic'd.
I gotta beat
That's gonna
preseason
happen.
teams. No.
You
Yeah, I
will
want-
never beat me. You'll have a perfect season, and I'll come in with a
I want E
trash
Fury
team
to get
beat you.
the Hokage finals. I don't know. The
Yeah,
Hokage.
I'm the only team that has a Hokage on the team in the first place, so that should go to me anyway.
Excuse me,
You a
sir.
Kage, sir.
Okay, well, he could be.
Mr. fucking NL staff over here.
Boruto, dude.
Burrito.
Alright.
He's not
Hello?
there yet. Not Burrito. Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
listen. Burrito's closer to Hokage
Hey,
than
I had
fucking Gara is.
Kakashi was, and so was Gara.
Oh wait, yeah,
Gara don't even live there.
Kakashi was a temporary one for a while, right?
Yeah, he was the 7th Hokage.
That's
you're
true.
right.
He was actually. Yeah, he got me.
And then I have Rukia, so
And
I
I want
mean-
to say that Gomo used his NL knowledge, knowing that Gara was really good in NL, so he joined E Fury,
Dude,
knowing that
facts.
Gara would be really good in
With my extensive knowledge
JFL.
of
I've worked with this character
Jump
before.
Force
Click.
League, I definitely picked the team I thought was the
Yeah,
most.
you know what
overpowered.
Gomo is?
Gara,
Gomo's that
Gara Galena
ever
is
see that
basically Gara Tamari Light.
yeah.
facts. You ever seen that image of the really buff dude at his computer? That's fucking that's Gomo being like, there's Gara. Click.
Nah, dude. But in the same thing, Double Sharingan Kakashi was garbage. So like,
That is true. DS Kakashi. I worked with that motherfucker. He was trash.
okay. So what
Well,
else?
luckily, this Kakashi never actually awakens to get double Sharingan anyway, so
Good. Fuck him.
He ults though. His ult does it.
that's true.
So that's round 1 predictions. All right, we got to talk about how trading works, the draft, and then the shop.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Edo, go ahead and post the linkies to the shop here, please.
I will do that.
The link wars.
There's the shop, boy.
This is
Doink,
where
doink, doink.
me and Gomo will just stay quiet and just listen.
So basically, we're gonna have 4 rounds of different phases. The first one will be a trade phase. So the first 2 are kind of similar to how Super Smash League did it. If anyone was in that, where so you'll be trading. So unlike them, you can't do like trading for rights. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I have Rukia. Sin can't be like, you will drop Rukia, I'll give you 50 credits or something. You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just strictly directly trading. You can use your credits to trade. So like if you're like, okay, I'll give you Rukia for Toshiro and like 20 credits or something, right? So you can do that.
Yeah. Coins
and
can
then-
augment the trade, but cannot be the trade. All trades must be direct.
Yeah. And then we go into the ad drop phase. That'll be
Well, hold on, pause. There's more there's more than one way to you don't have to do a 1-for-1 trade.
yeah.
If I have a character and Edo has a character, but we both want each other's character, but we don't actually have a 1-for-1 trade, we can go to a third party and say, hey, I'm gonna give you X character for Y character, you give Y character for Z character, and then it's a triangle trade, or vice versa. However many parties you fucking need.
You could do an
Payment can
octagon if you
go
want.
any direction in there, huh?
You can do an octagon if you want.
Yeah, you can do hey, I'll give you one for 2, 2 for 3, 3 for 4, 4 for 5, 5 for 6, and then 6 to 1.
There an
However you
octagon?
want it, man.
Is there an octagon you could do? I hope there's an octagon.
Fucking probably.
Uh,
Probably. It's also worth noting that that requires everybody's consent. It's not like me and Edo go, hey, I'll trade this to Pie Guy. Pie Guy will give you that. We're all good. He's like, yeah. It has to be consent. folks, consent is important. Okay.
And you'll have to like the representative is the only one who can like
Yeah.
finalize them.
And reps don't just make decisions for yourself.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
their
You have to speak
please.
to your team.
Speak to your team before you make any major decisions.
Feel free to poke around and like feel shit out, but don't make any promises. Don't like organize any deals. Because if you make a deal and then you didn't talk to your team and then the team complains to us, you will not be a fucking rep and you will not get your deal. Because that's literally the point.
Yep.
Oh, and I've seen. I think there's only like 2 people, but if you do plan on switching teams, do it before drafts and stuff. Don't like make major decisions for a team and then just leave the team.
Don't draft and then dip, please. Also, like, don't fuck your team. Like, if you're gonna leave, don't fuck the team. Don't be that guy. Don't be like, hey man, you want my best character for your worst character? Okay, cool. I'll leave it. Bye. Like, don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know no one's in the communities like that, but yeah, just a friendly reminder not to do that stuff.
Makoto for Toshiro. Yes.
Hey man, I heard he's a fucking
Oh,
evil
Makoto
genius.
is smart. You're right. I forgot. We added that. That's a new thing. Makoto
hey man,
is smart.
I heard you want Toshiro.
You want some fiery boy?
Yeah, dude, I got you. All right.
Is everyone on
By the way, I'm going to
able
Tiny
to go
Terror.
on Brainiacs?
Huh?
Is everyone on E-Fury able to go to Brainiacs?
Fucking no. I don't get Sanji. Sanji's an actual fucking idiot.
No, I mean
He's on the current team.
on the current team. So Aizen is, Gaara is, Kakashi is, and Makoto is.
Give me your whole fucking team.
No wait,
Also,
Kakashi isn't. Kakashi's not smart.
Yeah,
What do you mean he's
Gomu wanted
not?
to. Gomu wanted to. He could trade E-Fury's best characters and then go to Brainiacs and then have a super team.
Facts.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I'll ban you. Ban you.
Please.
Get it out of your
It's
mind.
a joke. Don't do it.
Okay, so then we go to the ad drop phase, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be in like rounds where I'll go to Olympia. I'll be like, hey, who do you want to ad drop? If you drop someone, you have to add someone. You can like sit out a round.
Yeah.
But like if you're dropping someone, you have to add someone. And when you drop them,
and then wait and see if anyone that you want is dropped.
No. So the way it would work is it would go like, all right. So Lone Wolf's the first ad drop, right? They're the first person in the draft. Lone Wolves gets their period, and we say Lone Wolves go. We pull them into a private chat. We go, Lone Wolves go. What do you want to do? And then they say we want to drop. Who's on Lone Wolves?
Kaiba.
All right, we want to drop Kaiba from Merowyn. Cool. That's their turn. And then we exile them, and we go, okay, Tiny Terrors.
we'll probably just go into their like
Yes.
chat.
I think Gomu was asking. I think Gomu was asking, are we going to announce
I'm saying
who was
that
dropped?
there's no stoppage. It's a like straight process.
So
To drop, you must add. To add, you must drop. It's a 1-to-1.
Gotcha.
There's no like, hey, I'm gonna drop this and then wait. You either wait. So it's like when your turn is up, you have a couple actions. Commence the trade or the ad drop. You can commence the ad drop. You can wait your turn, or you can pass permanently. So you can prematurely end your draft. So like Lone Wolves step 1 would go like, cool, I want to drop X character for Y character. Cool, money is exchanged, and then it's on to the next person. And then eventually it'll wrap around back to Lone Wolves. Lone Wolves has the option to wait if something might come up. Like maybe like Tiny Terrors is gonna drop X character that they want.
I do want to add the thing about the credit too. When you're adding someone, there's gonna be like a price.
Yeah.
This kind of goes into one of the things we're gonna go into.
It's the shop, which we'll get into a little bit.
Okay, we can do it later then.
This is just discussing the actions you can take. You can wait around and it'll catch up back to you. If you wait, you're waiting the entire round. You're waiting for your turn to come back.
Yeah.
It's not like you wait until after Tiny Terrors or you wait until like after E-Fury or some shit. You literally on your turn you say, all right, we wait. And
it's kind of like if you have
round.
no options or no options that you want, but then like like someone drops like Ishiri drops Kakashi, and you're like, okay, I still want Kakashi, so I'll pick up Kakashi. Like, so if he wasn't previously there in the last round,
Yeah. It's generally speaking, it's better to wait than to prematurely end, because if you prematurely end, even though you got everything done you wanted to do, there's still the surprise factor of like, okay, cool, Brainiacs just dropped Toshiro. Now there's a giant power gap where, because you prematurely ended, you don't even get a chance to participate. That being said, if you're out of money, you can't do shit. So just prematurely end. That's what it's there for. Like, if you break the bank, which, by the way, don't waste your fucking money. Money is perpetual. It goes season to season. Don't blow your load. Don't spend 50 gold.
Unless you're really bad. If you're really bad, spend everything.
Basically, don't do what I'm going to do, because I'm going to blow my load.
Plus, you got a free agent to also have to consider.
Yeah,
too.
you gotta bear in mind, you have to purchase a free agent. So unless you want to go in debt to the crown, wherein we send kneecappers to your home in real life, don't blow your load, kids. All right.
Especially if you live in New York.
Facts. Because if you live in New York, I'm the goon squad coming for your ass. And
so
Pie Guy, I'm gonna drag his fucking sick man with me.
after the ad drop phase, we have the second trade phase, which is just kind of like it kind of takes over for the idea of
so trading for rights. To explain trading for rights is me going to Edo and saying, hey, I want to trade you this character or some money, and say, hey, I want the rights to that character so that I can pick them up when it's my turn to draft whenever I feel like it. And if I don't pick them up, they go back into the pool at the end of the draft.
And to be clear, that's not happening in this league.
That's not a thing here, but instead we have a second trade phase, so that afterwards you can as a trade condition go, hey, Lone Wolves, I want you to pick up Meruem for me, so you're going to pick up Meruem, and I'm going to pay you a bunch of money and give you this really cool character, and then you're going to give me Meruem.
Yeah.
So after you pick up Meruem in your trade thing, and you're in your ad drop phase, after the whole thing is ended, we would go into trade phase 2, and then I would go, hey, give me that. It's also so that after ad drop, even if there's no pre-established trade, you could go, hey, Lone Wolves, I want Meruem. I'm prepared to give you all this crazy shit.
And then simply the free agent draft phase.
Yeah. And then there's the free agent draft phase.
Yeah, which is just picking up free agent.
Yeah.
Some of the details for that are kind of in the air, but we'll talk about that later when we get close to it.
Yeah. Now it's time to speak on the shop. And the shop is simply put how much characters are intrinsically worth to purchase. The rebate is not 100%. So if you, let's say I want to sell Cell, right? LOL, sell. I would not get the full maximum of 9 credits unless I really made a case for it.
Yeah, so say you're selling him or say he's worth 9 credits in our eyes, and you're selling him
but if he's on the free agent bench, he definitely costs somewhere in the less than 10 range.
Yeah.
So you would speak to whoever and be like, and this is the same for your ad drop phase. When you're in your ad drop, if you want to drop Cell, you get a rebate on Cell. Cell is, less than 10 coins. And then it's your turn to argue how good Cell is, and say, he did this, he did that, I think he's worth this, and then Edo would counter with, I think he's worth this because this and that reason, etc., etc.
Edo and Pie Guy, because Pie Guy's gonna fucking make Cell worth 1
He's
credit.
gonna roast you.
Yeah, Pie Guy's gonna roast you in the background, and
me and Edo are gonna play good cop, bad cop.
So we're gonna be talking about Gone's Tiny Terrors. I'm gonna be like, yeah, no, I don't think he's worth that much, and then freaking
Did you not see him beat? Did you not see him beat Law's ass?
Did you see him week 7? That was his last performance.
Beat Law's ass.
Did you see him week 7? And we just pull up weeks 1 through 6.
Some of those people are on the bench.
5 seconds makes up for 6 games.
They're like, that was his best That was his best performance. His best performance was when he was on the bench.
And this works both ways, by the way. Like if you wanted to pick up Sanji, and we said 9 coins, you could be like, bitch, 4, he can't hit women. It works both ways. If you think we're being outrageous, please say so. Say so. Give us facts and reasons and logic on why your character that you want or character that you're selling is worth X amount to you. If you come to the conclusion that you're like, hey man, 5 coins, all right, cool.
Or like
Also be aware that there are characters on this list, i.e. Rico. Rico is not available for pickup. Rico is a free agent.
Yeah, Rico.
He's on there because this is the same prices that are for free agents. This is the same price for ad drop, for pickup, for fucking like if you wanted to like not that you can do this, but if you wanted to actually you can do this, but if I wanted to trade Cell for Eisen, not that I can, I would be like, hey, I want to sell you Cell for Eisen with 5 coins. Because that's the difference, right? It's 9 to 15 or 9 to 14. That's 5 difference.
Yeah.
That's also like give and take. Is Cell actually worth 9? Is Eisen actually worth 14? Et cetera, et cetera. So like that's also a gauge to way to like just know how much you might want to spend.
And
that being said,
discussion.
It's not. This is also our opinion. If you feel Deku is a $20 character, a $20 character, you don't have to argue below 15. Like if you want to pick up Dragon and be like, Dragon's never been tested for us, we don't know what he is. Why should I pay a maximum of 14? I'd rather pay like 10. That's perfectly logical and makes sense. We might not agree with you, but it makes sense.
Also, the discussions won't be long because there's an odd number of us, so obviously we're gonna vote depending on your price and our price, and it'll definitely be done faster than how Sin's explaining it. Like making this shop, we were quick to. We already have numbers in our head. And important question, because I'm sure the audience will ask this question too. Are we updating the shop after playoffs? After seeing playoff performances?
After playoffs, after testing, after this season. This shop is going to be updated all the time, constantly. This shop is going to be constantly moved. If next season Blackbeard does really shitty, Blackbeard's not going to be in the 20 coin range. Like this is constantly updated. This is a thing that's going to be pinned in the not pinned, I guess, but it's going to be in the info page, right? It's going to be right there, access to everyone, and you're going to have it right there. It's going to always be there. So if you're wanting like a good look at how people are doing, that's a good way to look at it. If you're not stat minded, I could look at this like I'm not. I could look at this and go like, okay, cool. Cell's probably not doing that hot. Kakashi probably doing some work.
One last thing I wanted to go over real quick. There are 2 characters in here who are not officially announced and not officially on the roster yet.
Yes.
Which are Hiei and Meruem.
If they were Datamine.
Yeah, they were Datamine. If we get to the point, Meruem will definitely be in next season. If we get to the point where Hiei is not out, he will not be in next season. So
yeah,
just keep that in
mind. By the way, the
reason
reason why characters like Meruem and Hiei and Todoroki are all in 20 is because we just we don't super know how good they are. So we're not gonna put them in fucking 10 and have you get a 25 character for 10 coins. It's like if you want the hot new smoke, you're gonna pay for the hot new smoke. It's gonna happen. It's also worth noting that Rico is in the 25 range because Rico, while he's funny,
plus 25.
More than 25 rather. He breaks the shit out of the thematics of the game. Like he doesn't fit. Like he kind of like kills the aesthetic. So he's an expensive character because genuinely, if you want Rico, you have to be dedicated to want Rico. As a free agent, by the way. I should keep pounding that in. As a free agent. And again, it says right there on the top, price negotiable. Everything is negotiable. It's a lot of smoking words for hey man, fucking use your words.
Yeah, use the prices now to think about what you're gonna do, but definitely wait till playoffs before you make any major decisions going into the draft. But yeah, well, I think we did a good job covering that.
Is that about everything, guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, hold on. Before we all go and say our goodbyes, I just wanna get like a quick thing. If my audio isn't completely AIDS, please let me know, because I may or may not be on the stream and shit. So good luck. All right, everybody, say goodbye now.
Bye.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for coming.